Yeah. So in undergrad, I actually was in a different major. I went to NC State for animal science, and it was after I graduated, I took some post-bac classes in human nutrition, where I really had an interest in, the relationship between food and, how it supported, overall, wellness and health. And at that point, I decided to find a location nearby. So I went to change allegiances for a couple of years. I went to UNC Chapel Hill and got a master's in public health with a concentration in nutrition. And that curriculum afforded me the opportunity to sit for the license exam to become a registered dietitian, and kind of been that way ever since. And I was able to work in a couple jobs after graduating. I had a private consulting business for nutrition and wellness, and I also worked for community health. Yeah. So interestingly enough, I was reached out by a recruiter at one point, and asked me about a particular position. And when I joined Aramark, had no prior background in the company at all. I researched it before I took the job, obviously, but kind of went in, with no expectations, and took a role in a clinical manager role, and had an opportunity to start there. And Aramark's been great. Aramark, has provided a platform for all of our teammates to have the tools and resources to be successful in our roles. Right, we had policies and procedures and operating procedures that allowed us to be successful, as long as we executed them, of course. But just specifically around dietitians, they do a good job of supporting our careers and advancement of education, allowing us to go to training classes, both internal and external. The ADA conference every year they support our licensure, and our credentials every year, and they support that. So that's great from a perspective of, a new dietitian or a new employee, where it's from a benefits perspective, that's really big. But for me specifically, I was able to take kind of a non-traditional route. I started my career on the clinical side, but transitioned over to more of a, traditional food management opportunities, right? And they've been great. They've offered opportunities to transition into bigger roles and with more advancement. Been able to kind of go to different locations and different hospitals, and work my way up through the operations rank. Eventually, kind of transitioned into a district manager, so kind of more responsibility. Been in operations for over 16 years with Aramark, and was eventually able to transition over to the current role that I'm in now, which is a director of strategic partnerships. So kind of on the growth side, but still connected to the operations. Yeah, so it's, from Aramark's perspective, it's really about the culture of the organization, the people. We talk about the word integrity, what we see and how the company, how we use integrity for not only for our internal to our teams and how we approach leading our own individual teams, but how we support our client partners. We always do it with the utmost respect and integrity. And I think that's what really builds the trust and confidence with our client partners, right? And just in people in general. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you my success has really been, partly due to me being interested in moving into different roles, but it's also about the peer groups that I've connected with over the course of my career with Aramark. That's important. It's huge. And I think that's what makes Aramark stand out, is our peer groups, right? We have a good base of individuals that are passionate about healthcare, passionate about making sure that we are creating environments that promote health and healing, but from a perspective of how we support each other. It's a network of people that, we always go, above and beyond for our own teammates, and making sure that we're successful in new business, or retaining business, or developing leaders under us, right? And that's about what we're here for. In a leadership role, it's all about making sure we're creating succession plans for our direct reports. And that's been really critical for my success, is really working with my peers and, just creating those environments where we all feel comfortable, But Aramark has truly been a great experience for me over the 18 years that I've been with the company. Always pushing us to take those critical steps to advance our careers, right? And they're not to a point where you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's there's always possibilities to move forward. I've been fortunate. I've been in the North Carolina area for my entire career, which is important for me and my family, not having to uproot, but still be able to advance my career. A lot of times you don't see that. A lot of times you have to relocate or transition companies to further your career. And I've been fortunate with Aramark to be able to jump to different opportunities because of our market presence, right? We have we have accounts all over the place, but specifically in North Carolina and in healthcare, we have have a lot of different businesses that we work in, and it's been able to afford me the opportunities to grow my career.